Spartan X-2, also known as Kung Fu 2 or Kung Fu Ninja, depending on, well, a lot of different factors. Why can't games just have the same name everywhere? This is a really fun little classic game that's a 2D beat-em-up, and unfortunately this was only released in Japan, and thus it didn't really have a huge audience in America, and you know, America is a lot bigger than Japan in terms of population, so it never really got as big as it deserved to be, because this is a quality title. What I love about this game is it's not as hard as a lot of the other Nintendo beat-em-up style games. The game is very lenient in terms of enemies and even bosses. You can basically kill every enemy with one hit, and you really don't need to change up your attacks, although there is a strategy. For example, there's a few different kinds of attacks you can pull off. There's the basic punch, there's a basic kick, and then there's if you crouch down and hold the punch button for a little bit and release it, gives this little uppercut thing. And of course there's also jumping and kicking and jumping and punching. The story of Spartan X2 kinda sucks. It's just about revenge and kicking ass and taking down the drug kingpin. It's very cliche and two-dimensional. But the cutscenes don't take up a lot of your time, you know, there may be 30 seconds in between every few levels or so, I wouldn't put too much thought into the fact that the story just isn't very good. It's all about the gameplay. That's where the game shines, and it shines like the sun. There's a lot of variation in areas, and there's a lot of cool bosses, and a lot of cool different enemies, but the fact is, even though you do have quite a number of different attacks to attack the bosses with, you don't really need to use them all. Your basic strategy is to go at a boss and punch or kick. I would say probably kick. Here's probably my favorite boss, who throws beach balls at you. It's like this magician who makes things appear and then ties you up and they fall in your head. It's pretty cool, but again, this is easy. You know, all you gotta do is go at the boss and punch, and all his attacks will basically be just grazing off of you if you're just set and continually attacking him. Basically, the best defense in this game is an amazing offense, and it's just like that in the level pre-boss fights. You know, you just gotta keep going forward and hitting. Don't just stand there, don't go back, don't retreat. The faster you get to the right side of the screen, the better your score will be, and just the better overall gameplay experience you will have. That's the point. Don't go back. Even if you're being just kind of pushed and bullied to go back, don't do it. The strategy is to keep going forward. There's a huge variation of different enemies. There's the regular guys that you beat up, there's guys on hoverboards, and then there's even inanimate objects that stay in your path, like just giant crates that you have to kick out of your way or you'll be stuck. Hey McFly, you Buljo! Those boards don't work on water! Although bosses aren't insanely hard, in fact they're pretty easy, they do get harder, so expect to die at least once or twice from boss battles, although even the hardest ones aren't impossible to beat. Let me ask you, what other game is gonna let you roundhouse kick a gorilla in the face 20 times in a row? fighting on top of a moving airplane in the sky against an army of men with jetpacks and guns and knives. Check! Yeah, that just happened. No big deal. Just beat an entire army on top of a moving plane 2 million feet in the air. Ain't no thing. Play the game yourself. I'm telling you, you're gonna have a blast. This game is awesome. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, my friends.